What's up, family? It's Jonathan Beat the Banks McCullough here. Please make sure y'all wearing y'all masks. I just wanted to drop that jewel real quick. You know, COVID is definitely still out here. It's definitely still a thing. We're for real still in this pandemic, all right? All right, so now that we got that out the way, as y'all can see, we're not in the art gallery today. We are outside. I wanted to get some sun while I was here, but we'll go ahead and get into it. We're to the second month of 2021, all right? And of course, we can't talk about 2021 without talking about the stock market. The stock market has been booming, so we are going to go ahead and get into what's been going on. And I promise you, I'm sorry, we are not talking GameStop today. If y'all want to talk about GameStop, or if y'all want me to talk about GameStop, I definitely can go ahead and explain to y'all what happened, what went on with all of that good stuff, and just explain everything. But you got to comment below. You got to comment below, say, hey, look, I want to know about GameStop. Just, hey, look, if you want me to talk about, drop a video on GameStop, all you gotta do is comment GM me, all right? GM me in the comments below, flood that junk, and I promise you I'm gonna drop a vid. I'm gonna explain everything that went on, all right? So now let's go ahead and get into it. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So as you can see from the title of this video, what we're gonna be talking about today is the best industries for you to get into while under Biden's presidency, all right? Now, why this is important and why I feel like this is important is just because when we get that shift in power, literally we see it happen on the campaign trail. Every single day on that campaign trail, they literally tell you what industries they plan on booming, what industries they plan on funneling money into, supporting, pushing up, whatever the case may be, whatever the terminology that they use. But at the end of the day, those are the industries that they're gonna be pouring the most money into, right? Why this is important to us is because the hedge funds, the banks, some guys sitting behind a desk, literally they spend all day listening to what people like him have to say, what they plan on, what their plans are, right? And then they react to it, right? So if we know he's gonna be putting money in a specific industry, they're gonna be saying, okay, cool, I know money going into the industry, so what's the best stock in that industry? That stock is 9 times out of 10 probably gonna get the most money. That stock is gonna keep booming into the rest of the year, right? So boom, simple as that. Everybody kind of gets that concept, so let's go ahead and get into it, all right? So the first industry that we're gonna be talking about, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna give y'all 4 industries, right? And then from there, I'm gonna give y'all a sector. Now, the sector is a big umbrella. The industries are the little umbrella, they under that one. And then from there, we go to the companies and so on and so forth, all right? So we're gonna give you 4 little umbrellas, 1 big umbrella, and then now y'all ain't never gonna say, I don't know what stocks to buy, I don't know where to look, I don't know what to look for, blase, blase. I'm about to give you everything right now, all right? So the first one we're gonna talk about, right, is pharmaceuticals, all right? So like to call that big pharma. Everybody see that? Everybody see that big pharma? Perfect. So now what big pharma is, that's anything from your meds, your medications, right? Them vaccinations, so them vaccines, all of that, them drugs, all of that. That's pharmaceuticals. All of that's gonna fall in their pharmaceutical industry. So as you see, we got the meds, vaccines, etc. Right? So the next, that's big pharma. The next one that you wanna look into is cannabis. So the cannabis industry. Y'all see cannabis? Right? So cannabis, we all know what cannabis is, right? We all know what that is. That's a little bit of THC, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of marijuana, a little bit of weed, gas, whatever you want to call it. It's all up to you. Everybody got their own name, Mary Jane. It's up to you. Yeah, but y'all know what I'm talking about here. We talking about that gas, you know what I'm saying? We talking about that thing, shawty. That cannabis industry is up and coming. So cannabis, we're just going to do THC, etc. because I don't want to put too many lingo. I don't want to put too much lingo on there. I'm going to lose everybody, you know what I'm saying? We don't got everybody on here, right? So the next thing we talking about after cannabis is renewable energy. Y'all gotta say it with me. I'm talking slow. I'm in class right now, you know what I'm saying? So we're talking about renewable energy, right? So what renewable energy is, as far as the basic concept, is producing something from a renewable source. So where it's created by a renewable source, of whether that be the wind, whether that be the sun, whether that be just bare bones electric, all of these things are renewable energy, whether it be water, right? So they can renew the source that it's coming from. So boom, renewable energy. So we're talking wind, talking solar, talking electric, right? So everybody get that? So we got renewable energy. Boom. So the next what we're gonna talk about, this is a good one right here. Big tech. Big tech right there. Y'all see it? So now when I say big tech, what I mean specifically, what we're looking for in big tech is AI. AI stands for artificial intelligence, right? So with artificial intelligence, What we seeing is, for instance, with Uber, right? They're trying to get driverless cars. That's artificial intelligence. Ain't nobody driving the car but the car itself, right? Artificial. So they need those kind of things. As well, we're gonna be talking about a thing called IoT. IoT is just the Internet of Things. I'll kind of delve into what those are. For instance, just like your smart, or any kind of smart devices, right? So, and when I think more so your smart home devices. So, like for instance, y'all seen these computers, well, these fridges with computers in them, right? That's all a part of the Internet of Things. So that's all. It all falls under there. And then we got the etc. for the big tech, because it's a lot more that falls in the big tech. I'll get into those. And then lastly, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all that sector, right? Because we talked about those first four were the industries, small umbrellas, right? So now I'm gonna give y'all a big umbrella so y'all have a little more depth, right? So now we talking about the healthcare sector, right? So now inside the healthcare sector, because that's the big umbrella, I'm gonna give you some small umbrellas in there. We got pharmaceuticals. Y'all done heard that one before. I done already mentioned that. Pharma's so good, I had to mention it twice. You know what I'm saying? So we got the pharmaceuticals. We got biotech, right? Pharmaceuticals, we got biotech, and then as well, we got all the equipment that is used to create these things. So we got these right here, so y'all can see, these are the sectors, well, these are the industries, and they fall under that sector. The sector is the healthcare, all right? So we'll go ahead and get into them and why I feel like each of these are gonna be booming, and then the reason, all right? So we'll start out with pharma. Why do I feel like pharmaceuticals are gonna be popping going into 2021 and for the next 4 years? Is because just look around, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on right now? What are we dealing with? COVID-19, is that simple. What are we looking for? The vaccines, it's that simple. That all falls under pharmaceuticals. Y'all know my man Joe Biden already said if he could vaccinate the whole country, he would. All right. So knowing that and knowing that that's his goal, right? Why not invest in the companies that are producing the vaccines, that's making the vaccines, the ones that's actually going to be pushing the vaccines, right? He's going to be dumping money into them. We trying to vaccinate millions of people. That's millions of vaccines that are going to have to be produced in the next couple of months. Like, forget years. We talking months. He's trying to expedite the process. He's trying to make it happen as fast as possible. So if we know that, we got to get in the head. We got to get in early while we can. Anything from like your Pfizer, your J&J, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna. These are all big companies that have been name dropped multiple times. These are the ones that have the vaccine. It's as simple as you just going out and looking who has the best vaccine. What's the best pharmaceutical company? What company has the best history of vaccines? You know, these are the questions that you got to be asking. Those answers are going to help you find the money. Because if I'm telling you, if it's the best pharmaceutical company and they got notable history, it's been around for years, and they the ones producing the vaccine, they got a vaccine that's working, you think they're going to stop? You think they're going to stop giving them money? You think they're going to stop pushing out the vaccine? No, they're going to keep going. And what happens is cause and effect. So when all of that's happening, guess what the effect is? That stock going up. So guess what? We gotta get ahead. All right. So pharmaceuticals, that's pretty self-explanatory. We already know he trying to push anything vaccinations. He trying to push that. All right. So then now, cannabis. Why I believe cannabis is gonna be booming in the next couple of years is because your boy Joe Biden is soft on cannabis. He's soft on gas. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, I mean he's not trying to restrict it by any means. He's actually looking to try and make gas legal for the entire country. Right now, that's a bit of a stretch. It's a bit of a reach. It's a lot of roadblocks that's in the way before that can happen. I definitely understand that. But one thing that he is going to do is he's going to leave it up to the states. And look what happens when you leave it up to the states. Look at Colorado. Look at California. Look at Washington. Hey, Washington done legalized everything. They letting anything fly up there. So think about what's going to happen if you get another president who's actually somewhat for it and like, hey, look, states, do your thing. What you think gonna happen? More states are gonna start to legalize it. More people are gonna start to go. He's already talking about how he's doing his best to take the marijuana off of one of the drug tests for jobs. What's that gonna do? That's gonna boom the industry. It's a lot of companies that have been shining. It's a lot of cannabis companies that have been shining in the dark, right? Cannabis been in the dark for a long time. I'm talking 8 years, 4 years, whatever the case may be. It's starting to pop up, but they've been in the dark. So these companies that's been shining in the dark guess what? Guess what's gonna happen to them companies when they come to the light? When Joe Biden bring them to the light, when Joe Biden say, let's go, let's run with it. Them companies gonna keep booming. You know what I'm saying? You got your CGCs, Cannabis Growth company. Like, come on, it's a lot of companies out here. It's as simple as literally just Google searching, ladies and gentlemen. All you gotta do is go out to Google, what's the best cannabis stock? It's not that hard, ladies and gentlemen. It's real simple. This is real. All you gotta do is take the things that you already know and apply them. Right? So I'm helping you guys out. So we got Pharma, we went over Cannabis. The next one is Renewable Energy. Renewable energy is a big thing. He's pushing anything renewable for the next 4 years. He's trying to get back into the new Green Deal, the Paris Accord. If you don't know what anything them things are, that's cool. You can do some homework. If you want to do some homework, that's fine. All you got to know is he's pushing for renewable energy. Anything but renewable, he's trying to push for it. He's trying to go to zero emissions. Like, come on, ladies and gentlemen, like we gotta get with the program here. Not only is he doing all of that, but he's offering tax cuts to companies, to car companies that are gonna be producing electric cars. So you know what that means? It's gonna make it easier for these car companies to produce more cars, make more money. And if that's not enough, he's trying to offer tax cuts for people that are looking to buy electric cars. So think about that. Not only is he helping the company, but he's helping the consumer. So what you gonna start seeing? More electric cars on the streets. Guess what happens when you start to see more electric cars on the streets? That's the cause. Guess what the effect is? That stock going up. So think about it. Find you a company, General Motors. Papa Tezzy with me. Come on, Elon. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? Like, y'all, let's do some homework. Let's start taking what we already know and implementing it. Let's take what we already know and turn it into a portfolio. It's not that hard, ladies and gentlemen. It's a simple Google search. So I'm telling you, take your favorite electric car company. You can just look up what's the best electric car company. My man Elon done went and got rich. He done got richer than Jeff Bezos in the middle of a pandemic. That's why we call it a pandemic right there, because of people like him. So think about what's going to happen to a company like that when now we have a president who's actually pushing for those things. Come on now, cause and effect, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get into it. So now that's just on the electric. We talking solar too. I do believe that solar is going to be popping because he's really trying to get to zero emissions. So with we get the solar up, the solar is definitely going to be the way of the future. I'm all for finding I'm all for finding the next solar company, next big solar company. What is going to be the big solar company? That's definitely what we're working on now. If y'all want to learn more on what I'm looking at, the companies I'm looking at, drop. I want some solar in the comments. I'm gonna see if I see enough. I want some solar. We'll definitely drop a vid on the solar companies that's definitely coming out and some of the best ones. All right. Also, we got wind energy, the wind turbines. All of this has to do with renewable energy. All of these things are going to be getting pumped into 2021 for the next 4 years, ladies and gentlemen. It's that simple. It's that simple. Cause and effect here. All right. So now look, y'all got that one. So we got the big pharma, right? We got the cannabis. We got renewable energy. So now we're going to go ahead on the big tech. Big tech, as we was talking about the AI, I already gave y'all a little slight picks on that. We talking about Uber, that's trying to get the driverless cars. That's artificial intelligence. All you gotta do is look up what companies are looking into artificial intelligence, what companies are looking at AI, what companies are the most advanced in AI, what companies are leading the AI programs. It's that simple. If those companies are leading, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna continue to lead because big money follows big money. If the big money already there, come on now, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, look, man, it's that simple. IoT, the Internet of Things. If you got a smart fridge, first of all, because the IoT, the Internet of Things, I definitely want everybody to look up Internet of Things and do a little bit of homework on that because that's very important. It has to do with like all of, like I was saying, like your Alexas, anything that do with like your smart home, so like your smart fridges, all of those kind of things. You got your ovens, you got the fridges now that are freaking tell you when your groceries are done and put the order in for the next one already. They'll put order. You got fridges that are already putting in your orders for you for your grocery shop. You don't even got a grocery shop no more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the future. This is the stuff we saw on TV. They doing it. They're doing it. They're making it happen. So what we got to do is capitalize. Cause, right? They building all of this. What's the effect? When the consumers go to buy it, it's going to cause the prices to go up. It's going to cause that stock price to move. All right? So it's that simple. Now, another thing with the big tech, what I really like is it's a lot of people out here that have all this technology. You know, they spending $1,000 on phones. You spend $1,000 on an Apple, on an iPhone. You got an iPhone, a MacBook, iPad, AirPods, and you ain't got no Apple stock. I'm gonna pull a Mayweather on y'all. Ain't no reason why you should have an iPhone and no Apple stock. Ain't no reason why you got an Xbox and no Microsoft stock. It ain't no reason why you spending all this money on a PlayStation and then every month you paying for a subscription. You might as well let them pay you. You might as well get some money back, right? You already believe in the company, obviously, because you buying their products. So you're not the only one buying their products. You believe that their products going to be here to stay because you got them. So you might as well go ahead and invest in that company. That's all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta think smarter. We gotta think. It's all about how we think. We gotta shift our thinking. All right. We can't just consume anymore. Consuming is cool. Okay, you consume, that's fine. But now, what we gonna do next? What's next? You ain't gonna make no money consuming. It's that simple. So now, enough of big tech, because y'all gonna get me hot on big tech. And lastly, we're gonna go ahead and talk about that healthcare sector, because that's the big one. Like I was saying with the Pharma so nice, I had to name it twice, man. I had to name drop that thing twice. So we got the Pharma on there, right? So we already know what's involved in the Pharma, right? So then now we got Biotech. Why Biotech is important? Because that's all the technology that has to do with the biology and all of that. It's all the tech that's involved in the pharmaceuticals, healthcare, anything healthcare that's technology, that's gonna fall into biotech. All right. So them ventilators that everybody was talking about, that was in high demand and nobody could get none, that's biotech. All right. Any kind of computer in the hospital, biotech. All of that stuff, biotech. Those are things, they not going nowhere. They not going nowhere. We trying to push things to help for COVID. What you think they using to test for the cure? You think they just testing it on sheets of paper? No, they using computers. You see y'all see what I'm saying now? It's biotech. So you gotta think, okay, so what's the best biotech company out there? Okay, what biotech company are doing the most for the vaccine? What biotech companies are helping, like a Pfizer, for instance, to produce their vaccine? You gotta think about these things, ladies and gentlemen. You can't just be a consumer anymore. We gotta do more. We gotta go one step further, right? So biotech. And then of course, after you get all the biotech, we got all the equipment. For that vaccine, for it to get traveled, for it to be moved, what's gotta happen? It gotta be moved in something. They not just carrying it in little dime bags. They ain't carrying it in no baggies. You know what I'm saying? They putting it in a special container. Who's making those special containers? We about to roll out millions of vaccines. What are they gonna go in? That equipment, somebody's making that equipment. Those are the things that's gonna get booming. Who's the one that's traveling, that's actually moving these vaccines back and forth? These are the things that we gotta start looking for. You do a little bit of homework. It's simple. Google search, ladies and gentlemen. It's free. It's free. It's free knowledge. They're giving it to us. They literally telling you what they're gonna do. It's all right here. He telling you where he about to funnel all this money. And I gotta say, who got more money? The government or you? So why not? Let's go. Let's follow them. Hey, look, man, that's all I'm saying. Now, look now. All right, now, look now. If you like the vid, right? And if you feel like I'm adding a little bit of value to your life or leveling up that bank account or whatever the case may be, right? You might as well go ahead and subscribe and turn on that bell notification so that when that next vid drop, you get that notification and you're already here. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, join the family with me. And other than that, I mean, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all day. It's John that beat the mainstream color. I'll see y'all next week. I ain't even giving y'all nothing yet. We just giving y'all the industries, you know what I'm saying? We ain't even talk about the picks for real. I threw a few in there, but like we ain't even talk about the picks for real. So imagine when we get to talking about that. And this ain't nothing. We not just gonna talk about stocks. It's not a stock channel. This a make a money channel. This a how you beat the bank channel. This ain't nothing. So